Esperanza Jada.
And my name's Arlie Carrion.
And we are in the CCMA group. Today we're going to be showing you guys how to perform an EKG. An EKG is also known as an electrocardiogram. In today's case, we're going to be doing a 12-lead EKG, which will record 12 different views of the conductivity of the heart. Okay, so right now I'm going to show you the different placements for the 12-lead EKG on this skeleton. Now we have 4 limb leads, which can either be placed on the shoulder area or the upper arms, or we can also place them in the lower abdominal area or the legs. So for the limb leads, we start off with the white lead, which is placed on the right shoulder area. The next lead is black and it's placed on the left shoulder area. Then we have our green lead, which is placed in the left lower abdominal area. And then we also have our red lead, which is placed in the right abdominal area. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to talk about the white limb lead, which can be placed in the right shoulder area or the right arm. And then below that, we have the green lead, which just serves as the ground lead, and it's placed in the right lower abdominal area or the right leg.
So the next lead that you would place is a black lead, and it goes on the left side, and you would place it on the shoulder area or in the inside of the arm. And the red lead would go in the abdominal area or in the left leg.
V1 is going to be placed on the right side of the sternum in the 4th intercostal space, and you can do this by measuring from the clavicle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right here. As for V2, it's going to be placed on the left side of the sternum in the 4th intercostal space as well. The next lead we would place is V4, and the reason for that is because V3 is placed in between V2 and V4. V4 is going to be placed in the 5th intercostal space of the midclavicular line. So that would be right here, and you would count 5 intercostal spaces below that. V5 is going to be placed in between V4 and 6, so we will be placing V6 first. V6 is placed on the left side in the mid-axillary line in the 5th intercostal space. After that, we would then place V5, and now you have placed all of your 12 leads. Now we're going to be showing you guys a visual representation of how to do a 12-lead EKG on an actual patient. Hi, my name is Esperanza Jada, and
my name is Arlie Carrion.
Today we're going to be doing a 12-lead EKG on you. I would like to begin with entering your information into the EKG machine. Can you please state and spell your last name for me?
Rogers, R-O-G-E-R-S.
Okay. And now will you please state and spell your first name?
Brandon, B-R-A-N-D-O-N.
Okay. And now your age?
17.
Okay, and now once we've entered in the patient information, we can then begin the EKG. Right.
Okay, now if you don't mind, we're going to have you lay down, and you can either take off your shirt or you can lift it up.
Right now, you'll have to place the limb lead, and the first one is the white lead, and you'll place that in the right shoulder area. The next limb lead is the green lead, and you'll place that in the right lower abdominal area. After placing the green lead, you can now place the black lead, and that will be placed in the left shoulder area. And then the last limb lead is the red lead, and that will be placed in the left lower abdominal area. Now once all of the limb leads are in place, you will then move on to V1 through 6. First, locate the patient's 4th intercostal space right of the sternum for V1. V2 will be placed on the left side of the sternum in the fourth intercostal space as well. The next lead you will place is V4 because V3 will be placed between V2 and V4. V4 will be placed in the mid-clavicular line, fifth intercostal space on the left side of the sternum. Now that you have V4 in place, you can then place V3 in between V2 and V4. Once that is in place, you will then move on to V6 before V5. V6 is going to be placed on the left side of the sternum in the mid-axillary line, the fifth intercostal space. And last but not least, you will then place V5 in between V4 and V6. Now that all of the leads are in place, Mr. Rogers, I'm going to ask you to have your hands on both sides and just relax and breathe normally as the EKG machine will record. Now this usually takes 10 seconds for the machine to pick up on the rhythm of the heart as the patient is completely still. Once the EKG machine has analyzed the rhythm of the heart, you can then print out the visual image of it. And now here is your visual representation of an EKG.